Yes.
Yeah.
We're live, everybody.
Woo, 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 woo.
International Fight Week. It's getting capped off tonight. UFC 290 live from the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. And we have two title fights. Excellent main event, excellent co-main event, excellent storylines throughout. It should be a very fun card. So we're going to get you ready here. This is the People's Pre-Fight Show for UFC 290. Thank you for joining us. I am Mike Keck, live in New York City. Getting ready to head on over to the studio for the watch party in just a little while, but we're going to be here answering your questions. And joining me in answering said questions, the man with the spinning chair, the baddest stash at MMA media, Casey Leydon.
Yes!
Tremendous. Tremendous.
Yeah.
What's up, buddy?
Oh, I think I pulled my shoulder out of the socket. That was good. It was worth it.
Absolutely worth it. It was funny. We were getting ready to go on, and Casey, I've had a sore throat and allergies for the last few days. But one thing I haven't done is cough at all during all of this. And then you just randomly cough, and then I just have a coughing fit right after that. And then I finish my coughing fit, and then you have a coughing fit all the way in California. I don't know how that happened, but you passed it to me, and then I just chucked it over to you, and here we are. So if you're new to this, all we're going to do is just answer your questions. So Casey will pull them up on the screen, type them in the chat, pull them up. We'll address. We'll give our picks for the main card. We'll do bonus predictions, and we'll have some fun. We'll do this until UFC 290 starts, the prelims anyway. So Casey, who's got questions?
All right. Here comes the first one. It's a big one.
Who's the featherweight goat? Just joking with all your friends today. So are you on Team Aldo, Team Holloway, or Team Volk in this conversation?
I'm absolutely on Team Aldo, but I feel like we're in that Kamaru situation again where I get it. Volk's had a great, incredible run. But if Volk does win tonight and no matter how he wins, if he just wins, it doesn't have to be impressive. He just has to. I take it back. Defeating Yair Rodriguez any possible way is impressive. But even if he wins a super close fight and then he beats the next contender, which we all assume is going to be Mr. Topuria, then we can really have a conversation, I think. But, I think that's it. But, oh, man, they call.
Those are the three. Those are the three dudes.
Yeah.
Those are three dudes. I think it's probably Aldo, Volk, Max
I think
at this moment. I have to really think about it. But, again, these conversations are kind of dumb. It's just it's personal preference in a lot of respects. But, yeah, I kind of think it's – if it was a boat best of all time, I kind of understand that argument. Volk is maybe the best, but Aldo's run was greater. That run he had before McGregor knocked him out. So I don't know. Yeah,
and you have to count.
We should all be friends.
You have to count the WC stuff too. You can't because that was the premier featherweight division in the world in WC.
For sure.
So but a lot of people are just using UFC statistics only. That's hogwash. But yes, it's fun. All right.
The stakes just kind of changed in this main event a little bit. I don't know if you saw.
What happened?
Aaron Broadsetter was talking to Charles Oliveira in Las Vegas today, and Charles said he's not going to be ready for October. Says he's hoping to get the fight in November or December with Islam, and we know that's not happening. So if Volkanovski wins tonight, he might just get his rematch. There's a chance.
That was the next question. I wasn't quite I didn't understand the question, but then I missed the news. So I guess that's what it's about.
Yep. Did Oliveira just completely fumble the bag? One has to think he's not behind Volk. Dustin versus Justin winner, potentially the winner, McGregor and Chandler. Yeah, he's in a tough spot. He's in a tough spot. I don't know. What do you think, man? This is the UFC, and Oliveira just had a great performance. We actually were heading into that fight with Beneil Dariush thinking man, he's going to have to do something extraordinary to even get in this conversation to fight Islam again. And he did it.
He did.
And now he could get the fight. And now he just physically is not going to be ready for it. So do you think he's just not going to get this fight? Like, do you think his next fight will be against the UFC lightweight champion if he doesn't fight in October?
Wait, what did he say again? He can't fight till November. Sorry, start over a bit.
He said
Go
he's
back.
not going to be ready. He basically said he's not going to be ready for Abu Dhabi, but he's hoping the fight happens in November or December. But there's zero chance that happens. There's no way Islam Makhachev's not fighting on that Abu Dhabi card. So did Charles Oliveira just cost himself a chance to win back the belt by not fighting in October?
Maybe, well, as far as his very next fight, probably. So because of this, he may have to fight another fight. Or he may just not fight for 9 months and then face the winner of Islam versus whoever his opponent would be in Abu Dhabi. We just might not see Charles Oliveira back in the cage for a while, which would suck. But yeah, I don't want to say fumble bad because we don't know. We don't. Let's revisit this question in about 8 hours or so.
Yeah,
I think.
I mean, he could just be dinged up and might not be cleared. I don't know. I didn't hear the whole conversation. I just saw that the tweet that he's not going to be able to fight on that card, and I saw Islam's manager tweet out on top of it that Islam is fighting in Abu Dhabi. So yeah, there's no way he's not fighting on that card.
All right.
So we'll see what happens. I wonder if Mr. Sarukian gets a shot. I don't know what they're gonna do. If Volk just runs Yair and can turn around in 3 months, then I think they'll just go in that direction. But if him and Yair just go out and have a 25-minute war, who's it gonna be? It's gonna be tough. Justin and Dustin ain't turning around that fast, I don't think. But maybe Chandler gets that call, man. Maybe Chandler gets that call. I've been throwing it out there. People think I'm crazy, but I'm telling you, Chandler's in play here.
He is. You're right. They need someone that can. Yeah, you're right. I don't know.
Someone who will say yes and who the company likes, and that is Michael Chandler.
Likes and yeah. You're right. That'd be wild.
Oh my god.
That'd be wild. Okay.
Then Connor will want to fight Michael Chandler if he wins the belt.
Oh my god. Stop it. Stop.
Oh my god. Question: who on the main card has the most to lose with a loss?
DDP.
You think he has the most to lose?
Well,
he certainly has the most to gain.
Well, I guess if he say he gets whooped up by Whitaker, do you think he's just one win away from getting back in that rotation as far as like?
Yeah, I don't think we actually asked this question on the preview show yesterday that what would be more shocking, DDP, a top 5 middleweight, beating Robert Whitaker, or Bo Nickel losing to a debuting fighter? And a lot of people feel that it's DDP winning.
I felt that way too.
I guess they felt the top 5. That's crazy to think about.
Even
no
though the
one is
odds,
giving him a chance.
The odds aren't. Even though the odds are closer, I still feel if Val Woodburn just kind of throws a haymaker, and tags Nickel and goes, okay, then I don't know, because we don't know a lot about Nickel. We just know he's really good, but we don't know. We haven't seen him under this stress. How's he when he takes a shot? How's he when he gets taken down or whatever? And so there's a lot we just don't know. So, but we assume he's good. But we know who Robert Whitaker is, and like when you try to envision and visualize fights, I just don't visualize DDP honestly beating Whitaker. I have a hard time seeing it in my head. I mean, it's got to be the best DDP we've seen, and it's got to be one of the worst Robert Whitaker performances. Man, I sound like I'm crapping on the dude, but I just think Whitaker's a lot better. Yeah, so I'm gonna go with DDP. But what do you think, sir? The most to lose.
I think Whitaker's probably the answer. Because I mean, if he loses DDP, that road back is going to be a very long one. I think if DDP loses, it's just like, yeah, we probably shouldn't have booked that one. Now let's just throw him in there with who we should just give him a title fight. Now he just has to win a couple of fights and he'll be back there.
Yeah, I can see
I
Whitaker
would say
too.
Whitaker.
I can see that.
Yeah. I mean, Volk to some extent would now with this potential opening to fight Islam again. What do you think about like putting? What do you think about Jalen Turner? Jalen Turner like getting a spot on this card. He misses weight. If he misses weight and then loses to Dan Hooker, that's a tough week, man. Especially after losing to Mateusz Gamrot.
With Mateusz Gamrot, it was a very competitive fight. He looked like he belonged in there. He just didn't look like he was better than Gamrot. But it wasn't like he was like, oh no, you were very overrated, Mr. Turner. But I didn't think that. I just thought Gamrot was better that night, and Turner is just he can improve and eventually beat guys like Gamrot. No, I still go with DDP, but I like Whitaker. I like what you said about Whitaker. I think that, just the loser of that fight goes back a lot. I think if Turner loses or Hooker loses, then they both have time.
The bronze medalist is probably Pantoja because if he loses, he's probably not getting another title shot. This is probably his last chance to win the belt. So,
yeah, correct. I would say so too.
Yeah, so that's a good one.
All right,
I love that question.
All right, let's talk about it.
Is Jones versus Stipe a fight the fans want? Sure seems like it. People reacted very positively to this.
I'm not sure, honestly. I don't know. I don't know how fans feel about Stipe. I don't know. Like how long has he been out for?
It'll be 2.5 years by the time he fights. 2 years and 8 months between fights.
The heavyweight division at the top is so weird. John Jones didn't fight for 3 years. Then he gets a title shot. Stipe's out for
almost 3 years.
2 years, coming off a vicious knockout to this fight. I don't know. I don't want to be Debbie Downer. It's actually not the fight I care about that much. I get why it's happening. I get it, but for ticket sales and all that stuff, and it makes sense. But it's not honestly the fight I want. But I don't know. Is it? I don't know. What's your feel? You interact with the fans a little more than I think I do. So, what's your?
I've seen nothing. I mean, look, there's people who are going to be negative about everything. I've seen nothing but positivity. Now, I haven't searched for negativity, but all the comments, like everything that I've seen, everyone's like, oh, thank God they finally announced this fight. And I think it's more of just John fighting again. Like they saw him in March. This fight has been teased ever since then, and nothing was announced. And I wonder if Ariel Helwani is to thank for this because
there you go.
Notice the timing. Notice the timing. A couple of hours before that came out, what did Ariel post? Expect Tyson Fury to be in Francis Ngannou's fight to be announced soon. And lo and behold, 2 hours later, right before ceremonial weigh-ins, Dana White in the slap fight t-shirt with the slap fight background announces this fight. Maybe Ariel is to thank for it. Crazy.
I noticed.
But look, it's a huge fight. Could be the final of both careers, doing it at MSG, doing it in John's, homeborn state, doing it at MSG. I think it's massive. I would expect Leon and Colby to be on this card as well. Kind of seems like that would be the co-main. We're trying to figure out where that's going to get slotted in. So that's a pretty solid co-main event.
Okay, man. Yeah, if you have that and Leon Colby as the co-main, that is a fantastic pay-per-view already. Wow. Yeah. I didn't even think. I was just thinking of the fight itself. I wasn't really thinking of the card. But yeah, you're right. I didn't.
There you go. But I just think people are excited to see John again. But I have a feeling if John wins this fight, he's done for a while. So, and I think this is probably Stipe's last fight, win, lose, or draw.
Yeah. Man.
So I guess
has Stipe come out and confirmed this? Is he because there was, I don't want to do the whole UFC put stuff out there that sometimes isn't 100%, but this is like both guys have signed, both guys have confirmed it. Jesus, cough.
From what I understand, it's not like the ink hasn't dried yet, but both guys are like they're in, like they're firmly in. Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to You know the UFC works. That's all.
I do. I do. But yeah, both sides are in. Both sides have been in for a minute. It was just a matter of like getting over the hump, and I think they've done it. I think they've done that. So,
How did they announce it? Well, I missed the actual. I just saw it on Twitter.
so the ceremony. So ceremonial weigh-ins were about to start. If you go on their like YouTube channel, and then like they showed like a scene, like a Volkanovski commercial, and then they showed like a scene from Countdown, and then they broke from that, and it's just randomly Dana White announcing the fight. I was like, what? Hey, it's international fight. We get announced another badass fight. And I'm like, oh, what's it going to be? Like Pistol Slap Pete taking on Joe Wolverine? It's all slap fight stuff. And then you see the video of John and Stipe and they're fighting in MSG. I'm like, holy shit. Like this is just in the middle of nowhere. So
I find that so weird. I find that the timing of that and the way to present it. So like the whole thing, remember Arrow getting kicked out and us getting kicked out because of the whole Brock thing. Because when the Brock comeback, they announced it during a pay-per-view. Jeez. They announced it during a pay-per-view. They had a big commercial for it already set up in the arena. And that's what Dana was all upset about. He's like, oh, you ruined our, Brock reveal or whatever. Why announce it so kind of, I don't know, kind of whatever. Like, I don't know. Like, do it on the pay-per-view. Do it, like, right before Robbie Lawler's, on the ESPN main event prelim, like, that's when John's there in Vegas, apparently. Like, yeah. I don't know. It's just kind of, I just find it weird to release it like that. Unless,
well, I mean, you also have to understand that announcement played for all the fans in the building for the weigh-ins.
You can have an arena. You wait 24 hours. You have an arena. Like, I don't,
It was kind of random. I didn't see it coming, and it was kind of cool. Kind of gave us something to talk about. But yeah, I get where you're coming from. But it's International Fight Week. There's probably a full arena. Who cares?
Yeah, I just find it odd. All right.
Yep. If there's Francis news, John Jones is coming right behind it. So
yeah, there you go, sir.
How many instant rematches will we see as a result of this card?
So of the top two fights, if the challenger wins,
if Yair wins, they will definitely run that one back. If Pantoja wins, I don't think he's going to fight Moreno again next. I think he'll fight Albazi next. I think they'll have Pantoja go to Abu Dhabi and fight Albazi.
Yeah, I would go.
Just to add another title fight for the locals there.
That would make you're right. That makes a lot of sense with Albazi. Just who did he just beat? Kai Kara France. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would make sense.
So if I'm Amir Albazi, I am the biggest Pantoja fan on planet Earth because if Brandon Moreno wins this fight, he ain't getting that title shot. Brandon Royval's getting that title shot.
Yeah, I would have to agree. You're so good at this matchmaking thing, sir. So any chance if Yair wins, Volk does not get an immediate rematch?
No, zero chance. Unless he just says, I'm going to 55. But if Volk wants a rematch, he's getting a rematch.
But it'll be on Volk, though, you think? It'll be Volk's decision, pretty much, if he's going to go to 55 or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of immediate rematches. But that's how it sells tickets. That's how prize fighting, but cool. All right. Sorry. Questions.
Hooker hasn't been the same after the Felder and Poirier fights back to back. However, Turner missed weight and hasn't looked right. Is there a chance for Hangman? So I want to see how the line has changed since then. Not too much. Jalen Turner's still a pretty big favorite, minus 280. Come back on Dan Hooker, plus 235. Are you giving Dan Hooker more of a chance because of what happened yesterday, or did that not change a thing for you?
I'm giving him more of a chance. I'm still picking Turner, but I'm giving him more of a chance. Turner just, if it looked like a tough weight cut, and tough weight cuts are gonna affect your fight, and if Hooker, if he can make this a battle, a big war, and take it later to the later rounds after the 7-minute mark, I would have to assume that big weight cut will hurt Turner, and Hooker could take advantage of that. But I was picking Jalen Turner to kind of win this fight pretty dominantly against Mr. Hooker coming into the fight. So it's better for Hooker, but I don't think enough.
I was giving Dan Hooker a better chance than most were giving him to begin with. And now I'm picking him to win because of what I saw yesterday. He looked like this wasn't just like a bad weight cut. Like we've seen Turner look a little tired, a little beat up after a weight cut. He looked fucking miserable yesterday. He looked bad, like real bad. So I think Danny's going to take advantage of that. I think he's going to go to the body a lot more. I think he's going to try to turn this into a war.
Some knees to the body.
I'm picking him to get a win. I'm picking him to get a finish in the second round. But
was
I'm not really confident about it.
Was that your original pick?
No, I was going to pick Turner by decision, but I didn't like what I saw. I didn't even like what I saw at ceremonials. He still looked rough at ceremonials. So maybe this is it. Maybe this is the last fight at 55 for Turner and goes up to welterweight after this.
Yeah. How old is Turner? He's
29.
Oh, 28. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Yeah. He might be outgrown. Yeah, you might have outgrown that 55 frame for sure. How tall? He's 6'3". Jeez, Louise.
He's huge.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to talk about power slap, but this question is fair.
I would like an honest answer from the staff. Why is the MMA media actively campaigning against power slap? I've been watching MMA for 20 years. I'm not offended. It is what it is. Okay.
Fair question. Fair question.
I know. I get it. I've talked about this before. Now, Econ Bo, if you are somebody who watches Power Slap and you enjoy it and you watched it last night and you thought it was awesome, and that's good. Like, good for you. I will never say a negative thing about you or anybody else who watches it. It's not for me. The timing of it all was absolutely atrocious. It bombed on television. And the fact of the matter is, Dana White and the UFC seems to care more about Power Slap than they do about the UFC right now. And that's what annoys me about this more than anything. What was their pinned tweet all week long during their international fight week? Not Volkanovski versus Yair Rodriguez, not Brandon Moreno versus Alexander Pantoja, not Robert Whittaker versus DDP, not even John Jones and Izzy getting together and hanging out with each other. It was Power Slap. What do you do? Like, what did you see all week on UFC.com? UFC.com. Power Slap. Power Slap. Social media channels. Power Slap. Get your own social media channels. Get your own website and promote your shit there. Stop promoting it on our website, like on the UFC's website. Focus on Fight Week. Focus on the fans. The fans don't give a shit about Power Slap. Go look at any comment section of Dana posting about Power Slap. See what MMA fans have to say about it. They're all shitting on it. They don't want to see it on their website. If you want it to be its own entity, cool. Then it could be separate from us. But when people don't want it and you just continuously throw it in our faces and shove it down our throats, yeah, we're going to campaign against that. We don't want to see it. I have literally muted the words Power Slap on my Twitter feed, and I still can't get rid of it. So it's just not for me. I don't care about it. If you want to watch it, great. But the UFC seems to care more about Power Slap than they do the fights and the fighters in their own company. And if I fought for the UFC, I'd be fucking pissed that, especially on this card, that they're throwing all their promotional time and dollars into the stupid Power Slap event on Friday that 37 people are going to watch in person, as opposed to the Super Bowl fight card for your promotion every year. It's just so stupid. I don't understand it. And I understand that Dana has won the race and he's bored to death and he wants something challenging. But this ain't it, man. This ain't it. do it on your own website, do it on your own channels. Stop shoving it down our throats. That's my big problem with it.
Yeah, I think it's the shove down the throat thing, because it, like you said, we follow UFC social media accounts, UFC YouTube accounts, UFC Ultimate Fighting, not slapping. If you're into the slapping stuff, cool. There's plenty of room on the internet for that. Plenty of room. Why? But you're obviously using they're taking advantage of you, the fans, because you're fans of MMA, you're fans of UFC, and they're using that and trying to get you to watch slapping. I don't get it. I mean, I get it. It's just not nice. I don't know. It's taking advantage of you. It's just taking advantage of the fans. And because of that, I've unsubscribed from YouTube channels. I've unfollowed every UFC account now, just because it's like, this is stupid. And yeah, I don't want to get into like power slapping. Like is it a sport or is it whatever? It's stupid. But yeah, so that's the issue, I think, for me. And yeah, it's just and. If UFC wants to suck at promoting, cool. That's their thing. They can suck at promoting, but don't force it down my throat. You know, I didn't follow the Power Slap channel on purpose, so don't give it to me.
If this is such a massive success, then why are you still promoting it on all the UFC platforms? It doesn't make sense. If you're so successful, if you're bigger than the NFL and Major League Baseball and NHL and all the major sports combined, like you say you are, then what do you need the UFC platforms for? What are we doing here?
Did you actually look at the view counts though? It's so bad.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
It's hilarious.
So funny.
They kind of exposed themselves. You know, they told themselves. But if you look at the view counts on the Power Slap videos on the UFC YouTube page, it's like, ugh.
Yeah.
But,
so look, it's social media numbers are huge. Like I'm sure that it just kills it on TikTok. I'm sure it just puts up massive numbers on social media.
Dude.
I mean, you're just scrolling through and you see someone get slapped in the face. Like you probably like most people are gonna stop and be like, "What the hell is this?" Like, and Dana like always loved to throw out, well, Logan Paul and Arnold Schwarzenegger did a slap fighting event. And no one said shit about that. Well, yeah, because like we knew it happened, and then like that's it. Hey, this is gonna happen on this date, and then we didn't hear about it again. You gave us a choice. They gave people a choice. You could watch it or you don't or not. You're like forcing people to watch it.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. Like you're forcing us to watch it when we don't want to. Over and over and over and over and over and over again. This isn't a one-time thing. This happens over and over and over and over and over again. Yep.
Yeah. That's my issue with it. Not this, if the athletes are making money and they're happy, cool. They're taking care of their families, awesome.
Hello, you call them athletes?
No, I mean, look.
I get it.
Whatever.
I get it. No, now I'm being mean. All right. We done? I think we answered that. Cool.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
But no, I do appreciate the question. E-com.
No, I get it.
Yeah,
like I don't mind answering that question, but
yeah,
this is the biggest fight card of the year, and this has no casual appeal whatsoever. If I went outside in New York right now and I asked 100 people who's headlining tonight, I might get 5 people who told me who's the main event of this card is tonight. And that's not their fault. That's the UFC's fault for not promoting this card. The best fucking fighter in the world is putting his title on the line. But don't worry about that because Wolverine is about to slap some dude upside his head on Friday night. Oh, continue.
All right. Now back to the actual fights.
Do you think Val's path to victory over Bo is to come out and overwhelm Bo since Bo has only seen less than 5 minutes of cage time in his 4 fights? Yeah, probably.
You
don't get taken down. It's probably the best answer I can give you.
I think this path to victory is hit him hard in the face one time, and hopefully you don't get taken down after that or before that. It'd be interesting how Val comes out. I mean, and obviously, if he comes out and tries to overwhelm him, that means he could overextend on a punch or whatever, which will make the takedown from Bo much easier. I'd be curious how Val comes out. in Bo's last fights, is he the one that initiates the offense usually?
I'm trying to remember. Yeah, usually he just gets takedowns and just annihilates people.
But like he'll come in there like kind of paw jab, then like just shoot
The
under.
Pickett fight, there was like they went against the cage. Looked like there might have been a knee low.
Oh yeah,
Pickett
that.
was like, "Ooh, you got me low." Ref didn't stop, and then Nickel took him down, and
But
they
pretty
were.
much within in all of his fights, within the first 20 seconds, they're clinched up somehow, either in the cage
Yeah.
or okay.
Or Nickel just straight knocked a dude unconscious.
Yeah,
So
that was his very first fight, I think. Yeah,
that was the first one, yeah.
All right.
But Val seems pretty calm. Seems good for the moment. So I think he's handling himself very well this week.
This is the easy part. I mean, the stuff we saw, like, hey, I'm on camera. Look at that. Hey, cool. We're in that locker room, and you're about to walk out, and you're in the tunnel, and Bo's gonna be behind you because like the way they're lined up, usually like you're kind of right there, and your opponent's right behind you. Like, that's when everything's gonna, But yeah, but hey, I will say at the press conference, he looked like he wanted to be there. This looks like this is what he wanted. I want to be on this stage. I want the lights on me and stuff. So cool. What did the UFC give a reason why it wasn't like? Did anyone else throw their name out to fight Bo Nickel? Were there any other? I know. Like Chris Curtis tried to fight like
JDM.
JDL.
M.
Jim, yeah, JDM.
JDM. I'm sure there are some. I think Caio Borralho said like, "Pay me more money and I'll do it."
Oh, it was more of a money thing, yeah.
But why would Bo even take that fight? Like, this is Bo probably would have taken it, but his team would have been like, "No, what are you doing? You have 4 pro fights. Like, slow your roll, homie." So this is fine. This is fine. Tresean Gore was like a nice step up. This is obviously a step back from Gore, but
not too far. It's just yeah.
this is to showcase Bo. And maybe Val can make a move here. I don't know, but probably not.
All right.
Why is the media promoting the Jones cash grab against Stipe? We all love Stipe, but Pavlovich has been steamrolling guys in the first round. Because this is the bigger fight, man. Like, this is a gazillion times bigger than the Pavlovich fight. Nobody knows who Pavlovich is. Nobody knows who he is. We like him. John Jones doesn't even know who he is. John Jones said he would fight him, but like if they paid him a whole bunch of extra money. And plus, from a stylistic perspective, I actually think you could make a case that Stipe is a more competitive fight for John than Pavlovich is. So I get it. If you're Pavlovich, you're probably like, what the hell, dude? But I still think Sergey's in a pretty good position right now because, in my opinion, if Stipe wins the title, he's gone. And I think if John wins, he's going to walk away for a minute. So that title's going to be vacated, and Pavlovich is going to be one half of that fight. Now, is he going to fight Jailton Almeida? It's possible. Is he going to fight Tommy Aspinall? Perhaps. These next few months are going to be very, very interesting for the heavyweight division. But Pavlovich doesn't get the Jones fight. Kind of sucks ass for him because he deserves a title shot at this point. But there is just no argument to be made that this is the bigger fight. And that's why it's happening.
Oh no, this is for crazy pato. This is prize fighting. This is a business. This is not a tournament.
This is what John wants. John wants. John has no interest in fighting Sergey Pavlovich. None.
Oh, okay.
Who will be the headline on Sunday night? Main event, co-main event, Bo Nickel, Lawler, predictions. Well, we'll get to the predictions in a minute.
Who are we going to be talking about? I think the main event. I think no matter what happens at the main event.
Yeah. I think Volk will be the headline. I mean, the way I laid out the finish is that Volk finishes Yair in the 5th with ground and pound. But yeah, it could be. I don't think Bo will be in there. I'll tell you what, if DDP beats Robert Whittaker, he might just find himself in that spot.
If he knocks out Robert Whittaker, like knocks him out like first round, whatever, just knocks him out, then yeah, we might. I could see DDP leading the post show. Like, did you see that fight? Like, whoa, But that's the fun part about the sport. Like, of all these fights, there's gonna be one. There's always one result. You're going, man, didn't see that one coming. There's no logical reason to pick that result, and it happens. So yeah, we'll see which fight has that kind of outcome.
Is Robbie Lawler gonna win his last fight?
I don't think it matters.
Are you picking him to win?
Am I picking him to win? Actually, I forgot. Did I pick him to win?
Even if I don't think he's gonna win, I'm still picking him to win. This is Robbie Lawler.
No, I'm not picking him to win. I am picking Price. Only because Robbie's last fight against was it Barberena?
Yeah.
Robbie looks in shape, like he's there, like he's in shape. He made weight and everything, but there's a reason Robbie's retiring. And but this is a good fight. This is a good action fight, and I think Robbie would. I have no issue with the matchmaking on this. But yeah, and if Robbie gets beat up and loses tonight, I think it's fine. I don't think it's just one of those things.
I'll take a couple more. Do you guys think UFC and Dana would be more happy if Yair and Moreno win tonight because of them planning to enter Mexico in the future? I would say they'd be very happy if Moreno. They'd be more happy if Moreno won. I kind of think they want Volk to win just because they could throw him to Islam in October because it makes sense. And if he loses tonight, then that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense.
I think Moreno, because he's part of the UFC team too. Just UFC and Dana have had an up and down relationship with Mr. Rodriguez over the years. So despite he was a tough champion, right? He was a tough winner, correct? Yair? Or was he just on the show?
Did he win?
Am I making that up?
He was on the show for sure.
Yeah. Who won that year if it wasn't him? This is an AK question.
That's definitely yeah.
Either way, but is the UFC going to Mexico? I don't know.
Not this year.
Yeah, not this year. And so I guess I kind of go back to it again. The UFC can't. They don't. Whatever their TV deal is or whatever in Mexico, they just can't make enough money sending all these champions to Mexico. So I don't really think I think Volk winning is what they want, and Moreno winning is what they want as far as making more money.
Yeah. I'm with you.
All right, it's okay. So we're getting some feedback from our slap stuff, our slap negativity.
They build a company, they promote what they want, bro. Change the channel if you don't feel one man's point of view. You just fed into my argument. Like you literally just gave me the win. What are you talking about? Yeah. I'm trying to change the channel. The fuck are you talking about? I'm trying to change the channel. But when you go to the other channel, there's the UFC again, throwing it down your throat. If you want to watch Power Slap, fucking watch it. Go to powerslap.com. Get all the Power Slap news you want. Go for it. But if you go to UFC.com to see, what time did the prelims start? And the first 7 items are Power Slap items. Yeah. As someone who wants to know what time the fucking prelims start, I don't give a shit about Power Slap. I'm trying to change the goddamn channel. That's my issue with it.
All right.
Sorry.
This gentleman, the next question. We'll move that. No more. Stop. I'm delete. Don't tease me with any more power slap comments. Don't tease me. Don't do it. Don't do it. All right. Transition.
I love how Spinach is asking if I like meatballs. Yes, meatballs are delicious.
Meatballs are awesome. I love meatballs. Thank you for asking.
But imagine if you have a plate of meatballs and then a fucking hand comes out of the meatball and slaps you across the face. Like, how would you feel about that? Oh, I wanted meatballs. I'm looking at these meatballs. They look delicious. Oh, bam!
It's like, hey, if you don't want to get slapped with any meatballs, just change the channel, bro. Jeez.
Yeah, eat this hand inside the meatball instead.
Okay.
What else we got?
La 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 la.
When's your next MMA fight? That's a great question. Thank you, Dustin.
Nothing official yet, but I'm looking at October. So I trained hard today. I already got 2 sessions, and I did my Muay Thai today, and I did my MMA training today, and I'm very tired right now. I'm kind of beat up, but I'm still in the gym every day, guys. So and I do plan on having one more fight this year. So nothing official yet, but it's on the way. It's on the way.
Are we talking in the United States?
This one will still be in the U.S., not in California though. I'm hitting
Okay.
the road. I'm hitting the road.
All right.
All right.
Okay. Do you have bonus predictions, Casey?
Ooh, we're at that part? All right.
We're about that time.
Bonus predictions. Oh. It's a bit of a giveaway, but performance of the night. I'm going to go, even though he's a giant favorite, I'm going to give it to Bo Nickel because the UFC, just how the UFC politics work, I think they'll still give Bo Nickel the performance bonus. And the other performance bonus I am giving to Yair Rodriguez.
Oh, wow.
And fight of the night, I am going ahead and giving it to Robert Whittaker versus DDP.
Oh, damn.
I'm not picking DDP to win, but I do think it will be a exciting fight. DDP he's not a boring fighter at all.
No.
Nothing's boring about him. There's nothing boring about him as far as his fight style. And the UFC likes that, the way he fights.
I'm going main event fight of the night.
Oh, fight of the night. Okay.
I'm going Tatsuro Taira.
Ooh.
Just because now he's off like the being buried in the prelims. He's going to be on ESPN now.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to go Dan Hooker. Because if Dan Hooker gets a finish, he's getting a bonus for being the guy who missed weight. So that's where I'm at. Not confident about a lot of that, but we'll see how it all goes. Let's do our main card predictions, Casey. Are you going to do it? Are you going to take Val Woodburn to beat Bo Nickel?
Let's go one fight back. Let's start with Robbie's fight. Come on.
All right. I got Robbie Lawler. I'm picking Robbie Lawler first round knockout. I don't care if Robbie Lawler is fighting 20 Francis Ngannous. I was still picking Robbie Lawler by first round knockout in this fight.
I absolutely adore Robbie Lawler, and I'm picking Nico Price second round TKO.
You're probably smarter in that assessment.
I hate going with my brain, but I love like picking with my heart. But I was like, I don't know. I was like, there's a reason Robbie's retiring. I think so. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I'm happy to pick with my heart for this fight. Same reason I picked Shogun Hua against Ihor Potieria, and I hope I don't feel anywhere near as bad about the results as I did with that one. Bo Nickel first round submission over Val Woodburn. That's where I'm at.
Submission round 1. Give me a time.
141.
110. 1 minute and 10
Oh,
seconds.
I thought you were gonna pull up Prices Right on me and say like 140, you prick.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Yeah.
$1, Bob.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going a little sooner. Yeah.
Dan Hooker, second round TKO. Body shot into ground and pound.
Turner decision. And yeah. Turner decision.
In a fight.
Yeah.
DDP is going to have a terrific first round against Robert Whittaker. A terrific first round.
Like hurts Whittaker? Or just a lot
He's
of
just gonna win. And Bobby Knox gonna be sitting in the corner. It's a little bit bloody and busted up, and DDP's gonna be like, man, I can breathe out of this nose. And then Robert Whittaker's gonna knock a DDP out in the second round. That's where I'm at.
DDP is undefeated in the UFC, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Robert, competitive first round. Whittaker starts taking over round 2, knocks him out with a head kick round 3.
Oh, nice. Are you going with Brandon Moreno, or are you going with Mr. Pantoja to go 3-0 against the Assassin Baby?
This is actually the fight I have a hard time. I don't have a good vision on this fight right now, actually, because it's such a good fight. I actually like it a lot, and I agree with everything you said this week about it's just kind of a bummer that this Moreno Pantoja fight has been completely overlooked as far as just people talking about it. But remember, what did I pick for a fight of the night? I picked Whittaker, DDP. I honestly think Moreno Pantoja could possibly be one of the fights of the year, and I thought of people talking about Robbie versus Rory McDonald and how that's one of the greatest fights ever. That fight was also extremely overlooked because the main event was Conor and Mendez that week, and like no one was talking about Robbie versus Roy McDonald. It was just a co-main event. That's all it was. It was just cool. It's a good co-main event. The first fight was kind of whatever, but the rematch for some reason just no one was super excited about it, but it blew everyone away. I think Moreno Pantoja is going to be a freaking awesome fight, and I'm picking Brandon Moreno with a TKO stoppage at round 4 and an extremely competitive fight up till then.
I'm going Moreno decision in a very, very competitive fight.
I think we're just excited. I think we're just excited about that fight. Yeah, I want
to. Great fight.
I just do not see it being non-entertaining. This is gonna be a flyweight spectacle. I'm very excited about this fight.
Yes. And in the main event, again, another very competitive fight. I think an all-out bloody battle. Volkanovski. And, just kind of giving back to Robbie Lawler's final fight. It's going to be almost Lawler-McDonald-esque, where it's a close fight. Both guys are battered. They're going to have a fourth round little moment when that horn sounds. And then Volk's going to finish him in the 5th. He's just going to take him down, get on top of him, punch him in the face a bunch till the ref stops it. Tremendous fight. One of the fights of the year. But Volk gets him out of there in round 5.
Volk's going to have early success. Not do a lot of damage, but I think he will win the first 2 rounds. Yair will make adjustments. And in the 4th round, he will catch Volkanovski with a knee coming up right up the middle. And he will win by knockouts.
Oh, my God.
Sheesh. We'll see. Or Volkanovski could just dominate, and this will be like the Max Holloway 3rd fight. I ain't picking Yair. I ain't picking Yair by spectacular knockout in a great fight. And one of those fights where I'm going to go, you know what? I don't like immediate rematches, but I'm down for it. I'm ready for this one. I want to see it again.
Yes. Well, action's about to begin, everybody. I'm going to get dressed and get all festive.
Yeah,
I got a
watch
very,
party, baby. Watch party.
I got a very International Fight Weeky kind of a shirt to wear today. It's very festive. So I'm going to get ready to walk on over to the studio in a little bit. So thank you for watching. Jose is in T-Mobile Arena. He will have post-fight winners, press conference, all of that. Watch party starts at 9:45 p.m. Eastern. We'll have some special guests along the way. Post-fight show, AK and I back tomorrow morning for on to the next one. We'll do some matchmaking. We'll do it live on this here channel too. So this is just the beginning of all the UFC 290 festivities, everybody. So for Casey, I am Mike Hack. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the fights. See you for the watch party.